Welcome to the Ask the Expert series. Today we have Kari Filburn, who is a copy editor and has owned her own business, Line by Line Copy Editing, since 2007. She offers editing services to authors and small businesses to ensure their written communications are pristine. Welcome, Kari.
Thank you, Dottie. Thanks for having me.
So I've got a few questions for you today. And the first one is, what is copy editing?
Well, copy editing on a real basic level is just making sure that written materials are technically correct. We're looking at spelling, grammar, punctuation, typos, things like that. But it really is more than that. It also includes looking at the sentence structure, looking at the flow. Do the words make sense? Is it organized logically? Basically, is the message getting across to the reader? And so I look at things more than just the technical pieces of it. And really, any written material can be edited. It benefits from a copy editing review, from manuscripts to business materials, websites, newsletters. Anything being presented to the audience could help from an editing pass.
Okay, well, why is it important for businesses to have their websites and other marketing materials copy edited?
Well, first impressions are everything, and businesses, especially with their website and other material that goes out to the audience, is important to present themselves in the best light. And so people decide how to do business. They search websites, they do Google searches, things like that, and they'll come across the websites, and you want to just be able to present the business in the best manner possible. I always think of, if somebody's looking for services, they've got two companies they're looking at, and if one company has a great website, the information's clear, it's readable, they can find what they need right away, versus another website where it may not be as clear. There could be spelling errors, typos, different, it's really hard to find the information. The person will likely go with the one that looks the best. Again, it's the first impressions and the way that people want to present themselves to their audience.
I agree, because you copy edited my website, and I get lots of people that say it's very easy to find the information and it's very easy to understand. So that is a very true statement from feedback from my own customers.
That's great. And really, businesses have a message to communicate, and any way that you can get your message across in an easy to read way really is helpful.
So how do websites differ from other editing projects?
Well, websites and the language, the language is meant to be consumed quickly, easy. You got to find your information right away. Again, people are in a hurry and they're skimming right through. So the sentences need to be shorter, not real long paragraphs, bulleted items, just the way that it's presented really is helpful in just quick, easy to grasp language. Consistency is important in all materials, but especially with websites, because there's many layers to the site, and so what's presented on the home page, what you're calling your products and services or packages, you want to make sure that is carried throughout the website to avoid confusion. So consistency in all the pages and the way things are referred to, or how, for example, numbers are treated, if you're spelling them out or if you're keeping them as digits, all those things really, when they're consistent, really helps the language flow, and it's easier for the reader to find.
Perfect. Yeah. So I imagine that you get all kinds of different industries and businesses contacting you.
Yes.
What do you do if you know nothing about the industry? Is that more difficult, or how does that work?
Well, actually, it is not really a factor, because when I'm looking at material, I'm looking at it for readability, kind of from the outside perspective. When somebody's writing material, they may not realize that they're using some business jargon or some abbreviations that not everybody would recognize. So it helps not to know much about the industry or the subject matter. And that way I can flag if something's not making sense, it's not clear, maybe I'm not sure what this particular abbreviation means. I can look for that and notice it. And so it really doesn't have it's really not a factor at all, and it's helpful when I come in with the fresh eyes to point out those areas.
That makes a lot of sense. Do you have any editing tips that you would like to share with the audience?
Sure. These are just some simple things that to do to improve your writing a bit. Number one, basically, run a spell check, of course. You know, that a lot of times that catches some of the errors. It doesn't catch everything, but at least gives you a good start on misspellings and things like that. Be consistent. That's really important with any sort of material. Again, it's going back to making it easier for the reader to understand and making everything cohesive. And another tip I would say is if you're using bulleted lists and listing things out, to be consistent with the form of those bullets. So if you're listing things under, you want to just use either complete sentences all the way through or incomplete sentences and not really mix the two, because that again shows cohesiveness and you know, presenting a good quality writing out to your audience. That
makes sense. So if anybody out there needs your services, how would they get a hold of you?
Well, they can visit my website. It's www.lbledit.com. There's contact information there is the best way to reach me, and I will reach out immediately.
This has been Dottie with Premium Websites in our Ask the Expert series. And Kari, thank you so much, and we will catch you further down the road.
Thank you.